Carl Horn and John Preston, you both have backgrounds in exercise and golf. John, you were an exercise physiologist. I saw you have a master's degree in wellness and exercise and kinesiology. And Carl, you're the inventor of a very interesting device I want to talk about called the TrueTurnPro. But before we get into that, in your experience, what are some of the physical limitations that golfers face, and how do you address these?
The number one thing that golfers have limitations in is their ability of their spine to rotate and also hip rotation, and then being able to stabilize and control what limited rotation they do have. That's primarily the two things that we've seen in golfers, things that physically limit them from executing a golf swing the way it should be executed.
I would agree. I think in addition to that, or, subsequent would be most golfers, let's say recreational golfers, golfers who are seeking, better performance. They want to enjoy the game more, and which describes 95% of the golf population, especially here in the United States, is the casual rec player and even the serious rec player. They don't understand their limitations. Before really getting into joint function, what their limitations are and how they correlate with golf performance and swing flaws. Most golfers don't understand what their limitations are. Even if they've gone through some of the, more popular screenings, a lot of it doesn't draw straight lines directly to why do I, hit the ball this way when I want to hit it that way, or I don't understand, get better at not slicing the ball when all I do is work on drills that prevent slicing, and yet I still slice the ball on the golf course. So, a lot of that comes down to physical limitations, and so understanding that, I think, is paramount.
Were there any personal experiences that either of you faced that led you to want to get into thoracic spine health and improving golf game?
Yeah. Well, I'll start this off, but I'm going to hand this one off really quickly. So I used to own a adventure boot camp franchise, co-own an adventure boot camp franchise, and I had a lady who was a regular in my camp, and she came to me, said that her husband was a golfer, had his lumbar spine fused. I did not know as much about golf fitness then as I do now, so I referred him to Carl. And then that's my handoff to Carl.
It's kind of how, the current life that John and I, live with regards to TrueTurn, which has been growing and consuming more and more of our time and space. TrueTurn started out with John's referral. A guy by the name of Tom Lucy came into my office one day and asked me if I could help him restore his shoulder turn following lumbar fusion surgery. And that was the catalyst that got me really, really interested in thoracic function. And it didn't start out that way. My thought process was, how can I restore shoulder turn rotation to a spine that has internal fixation device, such as a fused lumbar spine? And Tiger Woods has that. Some other pro golfers that are household names have gone through a low back surgery. Injury to the lower back is the number one injury in golf. And so I started to think about, well, if I want to restore shoulder turn anatomically, I've got to go into the thoracic region of the spine, which is built to rotate. And when the thoracic region of the spine is limited in rotation, then that downward torsion or that force is applied into the lumbar spine, which obviously causes disc problems and low back issues associated with golf, lower back pain. And so my focus was thoracic function, and I built the device to address thoracic function in a non-invasive way, and that's where we are today.
Very neat. And Carl, I also noticed when I was researching you, you're also a ballet dancer.
I was a ballet dancer. Yeah, I danced. Go ahead.
I was going to say, has that helped your golf game at all?
Absolutely.
Or reduced injuries?
everything. It's helped everything. I mean,
Okay.
dancers. If you think about it, ballet dancers are they're very flexible. They're very stable. They're very strong. They are professional athletes. And I remember one of my dance instructors saying, "Do you know that you're an athlete?" I went, what do you mean? We're dancers. He said, "Dancers are artistic athletes. That's what you are." And I'll never forget that. I was a really young dancer at the time. And I'm like, hey, I'm an athlete. Because I've always, been very athletic, but to dance professional ballet was extremely, extremely difficult. One of the hardest things I've ever done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I don't doubt it. It looks very
yeah.
challenging. Yes.
It is, but I mean, functionally, it helps with every sport. I believe Lynn Swan, the Hall of Fame wide receiver, was accredited ballet to his training,
Really.
and yeah, and so I mean, yeah, I felt good. I got teased about being a dancer a lot, and I was like, hey, Lynn Swan's a dancer, so I was cool with that because I also grew up playing football,
Right.
so
Yeah.
yeah,
Besides ballet,
yeah.
what tips might you give somebody who's looking to improve their golf game and or improve their physical conditioning?
Huh. John started out tapping in on that. It's essential. It's crucial if you want to play golf, if you want to improve at golf. The golf swing and the golf ball are directly correlated to how well your body functions. If your body functions well, you will progress well in golf. If your body functions poorly, you're going to struggle in golf and your ceiling will be very limited. Now, that doesn't mean to say that there are poor functioning, anatomically speaking, golfers who are, I guess you could say that, oh, that golfer doesn't look like he's in shape, or that golfer doesn't look, very fit or flexible, and still plays a really strong game of golf. It's true that can happen because golf is it requires a repetitive movement pattern that you can really get good at being very limited. However, those people are few and far between. A lot of people think of a very famous professional golfer by the name of John Daly. Those days are over. All right, the John Daly's on tour. Now, you look at the guys in the top 50 cashing all the big checks year after year after year. Those guys are now golf athletes,
Yeah.
and it's Tiger Woods changed the whole thing. Um, and so, getting back to your question, it's about uh, the function of your body. We break it down into what we call golf specific joint function. Okay. If you are aware of the golf specific joint function concept and or method, these things, knowing how the golf, the demands of golf play upon your body or hard on your body, you need to really understand what those things are. They're broken down into 4 pillars. You need to understand that you have to have internal hip rotation, you have to have thoracic rotation, you have to have side bend, which is lateral flexion of the side, being able to bend side to side, right? And you have to have a strong, flexible back to maintain spine angle. Maybe this sounds complicated, but it's really very simple. You have 4 physical demands to hit a golf ball, and that's it. Okay, 4 major physical demands. Obviously, there are others, but the major physical demands that anyone can get good at, anyone can improve upon, are the golf specific joint function pillars. If you improve upon those things, you're going to improve your potential to play better golf and with less pain.
And for the personal trainers who are watching me who specialize in golf conditioning,
Absolutely.
this is something I assume the turn this is something
True
that
turn. Yeah, the True Turn
thank you,
Pro. Yeah.
Turn Pro
Yeah.
can help people improve.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
you know,
John. Yep.
we're talking a lot about golf performance, and I know this is more of a fitness association that we're talking to, and fitness is my thing. It's Carl's thing as well. He's a little bit more in therapy. I've been more just pure fitness professional for 32 years now, and so what I've done as the director of education is I take all the things in Carl's brain as it relates to TrueTurn and other things. And I packaged that together in courses so that personal trainers and group exercise instructors know how to use the TrueTurn properly with their clients or their members. And it's similar, I say it's similar to TRX, a very popular suspension trainer. It's their education that's the difference maker for TRX. If they just sold the straps and hung them on a rig in a gym and the fitness professionals didn't know how to take advantage of all the things you can do with the TRX, they would just hang there. And so we do have a course, a personal trainer level 1 course that is approved for CECs or CEUs with ACE, NASM, AFA, and as of today, an email about 10 minutes before this interview, NSCA as well. So that is up and running. Carl's created a group exercise class called Pure Back that focuses on spine health, hip health, and reducing or eliminating low back pain in our health club members in a group exercise setting. And it does an artistic blend of his ballet background, some Pilates, and just some therapeutic and traditional exercises just into a regular flow. And then you mentioned specifically the golf fitness professionals, we are about 90% done with our golf fitness specialist continuing education course. That will be coming very soon in the next couple of months.
Very cool.
And you mentioned golf specific joint function is a huge part of that, and then also the 4 pillars. So we have a lot to share with fitness professionals who specialize in working with the clients who are golfers.
Very cool. I'm looking forward to seeing your booth at the AAAI convention in Atlantic City on June 6th through the 8th. I think it's going to be a hit because I do know there's going to be people there who do train people for golf. So
that'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to test driving it myself. Last question. What's one thing about the golf game that you wish people knew about before they started playing golf that might help them?
I'm going to repeat a little bit of what Carl said, that it is a physically demanding movement. And
not to be taken for granted.
It's a physically demanding, it is a fast, ballistic, unidirectional, repetitive motion, and you need to really think seriously about adding some physical activity to your life to prepare yourself to swing a golf club properly. Just going to the range, I've used this phrase for pickleball, going from couch to court. You don't want to go from couch to range either. It's not It's
advisable.
Yeah, the golf club does not swing itself. It's an inanimate object. It's your body that moves that golf club through time and space, and you got to focus on your body, not the latest and greatest driver or 3-wood or wedge.
Waste of money.
Yeah.
Well, important at some point
when you
in
get
your
to
development.
When you get to a high level, the club fitting and all of that is really important. But if
absolutely, as is instruction. Yeah,
instruction is important, super important as well. But if you're talking about somebody who's thinking about getting into it, something they hadn't considered before, physically take care of your body, and you'll enjoy the game of golf a lot more.
Yeah. I think that's great advice for any sport, but I would say golf in particular. You, John, you nailed it. It's a ballistic sport, putting lots of stresses on multiple areas of the body. So you got to take care of your body, or you're not going to play golf very long.
Yep. And the golf-specific joint function method and program addresses everything you would need to prepare yourself to play golf, and then to increase your performance as you become better and better and better. The method, the program grows with you. I mean, I work with a lot of tour players, and I have people on my program who play golf all around the world for money. It's not something that we just talk about. It's something that's actually being done. And testimonials are very, very impressive. How people feel on the program and what it does for them with regards to being able to repeat that golf swing.
Sounds fascinating. I'm looking forward to seeing it in action in Atlantic City in June, and I'll be sure to stop by and check it out for yourself. Carl Horn, John Preston, this has been a great conversation. I really appreciate your time, and I'll see you
Thanks, Joe.
At the AC convention in June.
Yeah, we're looking
appreciate
forward to
you
in person.
Yeah, definitely.